Hello everyone, it is Flower Friday.
Yes, it is.
And I'm Amanda.
I'm Sherry.
And we are the mother-daughter designers at Grace Monroe Home, where we help you transform the ordinary home into an extraordinary home.
That's right. And today we're going to be making a fall swag.
Yep, so come on in, get comfy. This one is going to be a super easy swag that anybody can make. So it doesn't matter if you have never made a swag or a wreath before. Trust me, this one is so simple.
Yes, and we have compiled a list of questions that we get asked, and people have been asking these questions over and over, so we are going to answer some of those questions.
That's right, because many of you may know that in just a couple weeks our Wreath Business Breakthrough starts, and so those of you that are joining us for that, we are super excited about that. So today we are going to be answering some of our most popular Wreath business questions.
That's right.
Whether you are just thinking about selling your wreaths, or maybe you're already selling your wreaths and you have some questions, that is what we're going to be talking about today.
That is right. So I'm going to show you first. We are using our little swag, I don't know what you call these, but this is what we're using. Little grapevine swags that we got at Amazon, and we will link those for you.
They come in a pack of 6.
Yes.
But they're really inexpensive. So we have been using these like crazy.
Yes, they are so great. They are really, really good. And then we've got this grass from Hobby Lobby that we're going to be using. I love that. Whoops, I've got something that's not supposed to be in there. And sorry about that. And then this gorgeous ribbon that we're going to be using. So we're going to get started.
All right. So real quick, before we get started on our swag, I'll go ahead and answer the first read the first question. And it is, how do I know if my wreaths are good enough to sell?
I don't think anybody that makes wreaths that want to sell always has this question. You want to know, are yours as good as everybody else that's selling? Can you sell? And I think that when we first started selling, it was really when people would see something that we made and say, oh my gosh, would you make me one? I've got to have one of those. Can you make another one? That kind of thing.
So if you're new to us, we have been making and selling wreaths since 2007. So what, 17 years now? It's been a long time.
Yes.
So it's been a journey, and it's been an incredible journey. But we started way back, really before like online selling was a huge thing.
Exactly.
And so I think that if I answered that question for somebody, I would say, if your friends and family are already complimenting you, like, oh yeah, like she said, oh yeah, can I get one of those? Definitely, that is a sign that you should probably, consider selling your wreaths.
That's right.
And, start small. You don't have to have 20, 30, 40, 50 wreaths to open an Etsy shop, or to take to a trade show, or, any kind of a craft show. You don't have to have tons. Start small. Make a few designs, list them on Etsy or Shopify. If you have a little Shopify store, you could open one of those for, very inexpensive.
Very inexpensive.
Start small. You don't have. I think a lot of people just get overwhelmed because they think, well, I've got to have tons and tons of, designs, and I'm just not ready. Start small. You don't have to have 20, 30, like we said, 40, 50 designs to start. No. Start with a couple.
I know. When we first started, we started on eBay because that was the only place at the time, and I would make something, and Amanda would put it on eBay, and we would sell it. And that was the way that we started. And then people started contacting us. I saw that you sold this one. I didn't get, because most of those were, what were they called when they would bids? They would bid on them and then get them. And then somebody would contact us and say, oh, I didn't get that one, and can you make another one? Mm-hmm. And it just kept growing from there. So just start small. I promise you that if people are complimenting your wreaths and saying they love those, you can sell them.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started here.
So we are, like we said, we're using basically just this grass, because this is just going to be a grassy fall wreath. So I'm going to start by putting my first one in. I want to make sure my little hanger, it comes with a hanger, so you might want to make sure that you've got it the way it needs to hang. And then I'm just going to push this. I may have my stem too long. Let me see. No, I don't. Look at there. So I'm just going to push that in. Now, you know, if you've watched us, we normally put our bows on first, but we have done several of these now and figured out that with these particular swags, when we're making these, it really is better to put the bow in last.
I agree. Definitely.
So you just stuck that right in glue, so I moved them. So that's what we are doing. And by the way, we are using our Grace Monroe home glue skillet to make these. So I put one in the top and one in the bottom, just like that. And I'm just going to keep putting those in. I'm going to come around the side like this, because you want them full around the outside, but also then we'll fill in the middle too.
So you'll let us know where you're watching this video from. Yes. And what is the weather like where you're at? Because it is hot here. We're doing a fall wreath, but hot. Let me tell you, it is hot here in Alabama.
It really is. I told somebody the other day, we did in our Design with the Pros Club, we did a Christmas wreath this time, and I said, I'm telling you, it's a little hard to work on. I'm gonna move this, but you keep putting yours in. It's hard to work on Christmas when it's 100 degrees outside. So,
but it's still fun.
But it's still fun, and we did it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We usually don't both work on the table. I'm not sure it's quite big enough for
both of us. It really is. But with these swags, it is hard to hang these and work on them. So that's why I'm working on the table.
So I started with 3 on the top and 3 on the bottom.
Yes, that's exactly.
And I'm just going to fill in
what
all the way
I
around.
am doing. I'm just going to cut that one off, just like that.
So I'll go ahead and read another question.
Yes.
If I can get them pulled up here. Okay, so the next one is, where is the best place to sell my wreaths when I am starting out? Oh, I love this question.
I do too.
Like we said, we started out, which was a long time ago, on eBay. So that's the very first place we started selling wreaths. First wreath we sold was a Mardi Gras wreath.
Yes, it was.
But eBay back in the day when like bidding for them.
Yes,
then we, after that, opened our own website, and of course we throughout the years, sold on Etsy and all the things. But I think that Etsy is a great starting point if you are just starting out, because buyers are already looking. And so you're getting your stuff in front of people that are already looking for what it is you sell. So
that's right.
You're not starting necessarily from scratch. So, it is a good place to start for beginners.
I think so too. I think that, Etsy was not a thing when we started out 17 years ago. In fact, it started, I don't know, a few years after we had already started. But had we had it, that would have been where we did, ours, because I think that's a good place to get started. But ultimately, you eventually want your own space, so you want your own website.
Yeah.
But it's a great place to start out, and you don't need to do that to start with. You need to wait until you build up a lot of, repeat customers.
She's talking about starting
the website. Yes.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be completely overwhelming.
No.
Like we said, start small, and Etsy is a great place.
It is.
To start, get your feet wet, start selling a few things on there, and then when you get confident enough to have your own website, you can do that.
That is right. And now some of these things are some of what we will be talking about in our Wreath Business Breakthrough. We are going to be talking with really holding people accountable, because a lot of times, we're all bad about wanting to do something, but then not doing exactly the steps that it takes to do it. We'll think, well, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if, so we're going to be actually giving the people that are, have joined and that are going to continue to join, some steps to take. We're going to be right there helping them take those steps so that they can get to where they want to be.
This business that we started in the garage.
Yes.
17 years ago, it has been life-changing for us.
It has.
We
Truly it has.
You know, it's changed our lives, and it's been amazing. And I'm a homeschool mom, and I'm able to work from home and still homeschool my children 17 years later after, you know, because of this business. And it's just been great. And we want that life-changing experience for, you know, so many of you as well.
That's right.
And so if you are interested in joining us, there are I think just a couple of spots left, right?
Yes, there's not many.
Yeah, just
I
a couple.
didn't count. I don't know.
We're keeping it very small, especially for this first round of the workshop. And basically, this is a 4-week live coaching workshop.
Yes.
So we're going to be doing live Zoom calls with you, where you will have an opportunity to have us coach you in your business.
Right.
We are going to just have all kinds of accountability, and it really will be a transformation in your business.
I believe that for sure.
So I'll put the link in the comments, and if you would like to be a part of that, we would love to have you.
We really would. I mean, you know, the truth is that when we started, we had no help. I mean, there was nobody. There were a few. And honestly, I've stayed friends with most of them because we got to know each other on eBay, but there were a handful, maybe 3 or 4 sellers on eBay at the time that sold wreaths, you know, not like it is now. And there was nobody to ask. We were all struggling, trying to figure out all the ins and outs of selling our designs, because, you know, all of us were in the position where we loved making wreaths, and you can't really continue to make them unless you sell them because it costs money to make them, you know. So we were all kind of in that same boat, and so we had to figure it out, and we did. So that is what our goal is, to help you. We want to be a shortcut for you so that you can, you know, get to where you want to be a lot easier than we did.
Yeah, skip a few steps.
Yeah.
And trust me, the climate, it's changed over the years.
Yes.
17 years, things have changed. Like she said, there were not as many sellers. And that kind of brings me to another question that you guys have had about, is the wreath market too saturated? And the answer is no. Listen,
no, not at all.
If people are buying, it's because they want it.
That's right.
You know, it's never, there are plenty of doors in this world.
Oh, there are.
And I always tell people that there are tons of doors. There are plenty of doors for, if every single one of us wanted to sell wreaths, there is a door for your wreath.
There are. That's exactly right.
And it's great when people love something, and people love wreaths. They love the fact that they're handmade.
Yep.
They bring joy and beauty to a home. And so they make people's homes just a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more beauty in the home, and there's always a place for them. So no,
That's
I
right.
do not believe that the wreath industry is too saturated.
No.
You just need to know how to sell in this industry.
That's exactly
and get
right.
your products seen and get more eyes on your wreaths.
That's
and if you
right.
can do that, you will sell.
I mean, it is the truth. There's, you know, there are people out there, and you've just got to find the ones that like what you make.
Yeah. And we were telling somebody in our Design with the Pros Club this today.
Yes.
Because they said, well, you know, this wreath is not for everybody. You know, not everybody likes this. That's okay. Not everything is for everybody.
No.
And that's okay. You have to find your own style and the people that resonate with it, because we're all not created the same.
That's
we all
exactly
don't have
right.
the same style. Some people may look at our wreaths and absolutely just think they're the ugliest things they've
That's
ever
right.
seen, and that's okay.
I'm sure there are some.
That's okay. They're not for everybody, just like yours are not for everybody, and they're not supposed to be. So you have to find your people.
That's right.
Your ideal customer.
That is exactly right.
So
And
you
they
know
are
that
out
now.
there.
Yeah.
They are out
They
there.
are. You just have to find them.
You just have to know how to find them, and we will be teaching you how to go about that.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's the hardest part. That it's not making the wreaths. You know, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
The hardest part is finding the people to buy them. And that's what we're going to help teach you how to do.
That's kind of the fun part for me, though.
Yes, she's
I
always
like
loved
part.
that part. That's why I leave that to her mostly, because she does love that.
But I would love to
But
help
she's
you
good
with
at
that
it
too.
too. Yes, and she wants to help you too. That's right.
It's really turning out pretty. I like the look. Now this is different. This is not a traditional.
It's not for everybody. This is going to be, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, we're just, all we're doing is we've come around the outside, and now we're just kind of filling in around the inside.
I'm still getting my little grasses in the glue. But
oh, I know. It's hard. And these things, they don't want to push up, but I have found I can push them up just a little bit if I do a little at a time, but I really don't want everything all the way up to the top because I like them kind of spread out a little bit.
Yeah. I have a few more left.
Hmm?
I said I have a few more left.
Yes, I just actually pulled that one
I left the right spot open for my bow.
I know. I'm hoping. I'm kind of just filling it up and then gonna somehow maneuver the bow in there is what I'm hoping.
Yeah, the last swag that we made, I just made the decision.
Yes.
That I was not gonna put the bow on first anymore because it did not work out.
Not with these. You know, we always do put the bow on first just about every time. But this one, we learned that it's just easier.
Yeah, and I don't with my greenery wreaths either. I always put the bow on last with the greenery wreaths too. So, I'll just show you a little sneak at this cutie that we're about to do in Design with the Pros Club this week.
Yes.
Isn't that cute? It was sitting over here beside me. So.
Yeah, you just had to show him. Isn't he cute? He is cute.
He was distracting me over there.
Mm-hmm. I'm just kind of filling in. I noticed a couple of spaces at the top and the bottom that I needed some coverage, so I'm filling in those spaces. Because I just want to make sure that you do not see any of the swag.
And like I said, this is one that anybody can make. We're literally just layering on the grass, basically.
Yes.
And you can make it as full or as narrow as you want. So it's super simple to make. And if you had bead grass, you could do it with bead grass too.
Yeah, you
that
could.
Would be really pretty.
You could. I just think this is so pretty though for fall to use this from Hobby Lobby. I like this grass. If you want something really grassy and interesting. I'm just trying to get the stuff.
Oh, here's another question.
All
I knew
right.
there were a couple more. When is the best time to start making holiday wreaths? Well,
now for sure.
The earlier the better, it
yes.
seems like today.
Yes. You know, as soon as you can buy the supplies, I would say go ahead and start working on it.
I would definitely say 2 to 3 months ahead.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
We typically start, like now you see, we're working on fall and Christmas.
Yes.
So we definitely like to stay at least 2 to 3 months ahead of the holiday. But that's a great question.
Yes, that is a good question.
Let's see if I have...
Now with these, it does get a little harder to get them in once you get, you know, your swag kind of full, but just if you keep wiggling them around, you can get them in.
I have a few more here, but I'll probably wait until
I
get the bows on so I can see where else we need them.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
And I know we don't always talk about selling wreaths here on Flower Friday. So if you're just doing this as a hobby or, you know, you're just watching to learn, that's okay.
It is. That's exactly
We're doing a little
right.
something different today because it is the last chance to register for our Wreath Business Breakthrough.
Yes.
And we just want to extend it to as many people that would like to, you know, transform their businesses as possible. So but we are going to keep it pretty small.
It's definitely going to help. I really believe that it's something that's going to help people, and that's what, you know, I've always believed that if God gives you something good, that you need to give back, and so that's what we're trying to do.
So this is just a little bow.
Yes, it's just.
But I love this ribbon.
I do too.
Now you don't have to add a bow. You could just, you know, you could just do just the greenery. It would be fine.
You definitely could. Now I'm just kind of tucking my bow in here.
Where I want that. Almost so that it looks as if it's just among all the grasses. Like they're kind of growing around it. That's what, what we're going for here. And I just made just a small little 4-loop bow. You can do that by hand, or you can use your bow maker. Nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy.
It's super easy.
Just, yes, for sure. Put a couple of these. Fill in around where I had left the place for it. Right here at where my bow is. So this is where we're at so far.
This is kind of messed up.
But yes, I had a couple of mine were.
I don't like that one.
These are some that we used one time and then took them out because we decided not to.
We didn't like that greenery.
We didn't like it. So,
not in that.
So we took it out, and it doesn't want to do what we wanted it to on that one. We'll put one more down here in the bottom. We have one little spot.
We actually did the tails separate on this so that we can make it look like they're part of the bow, but add a bunch of the greenery around it.
Yes, we did. So I'm just going to get a piece of wire, and I've got it about in the middle, so I think that's good enough, and I'm just going to twist that. This is very thick,
very thick
ribbon, so you've really got to twist it good. And then just put it wherever you want the tail. I'm just going to have it right in here.
More pieces here. Another question we get, or we have gotten, is what kind of wreaths sell best?
Well, I think all wreaths sell, but of course seasonal wreaths are always going to be your biggest seller, I think.
But the thing is, what I think is kind of interesting, you know, I love whimsical ones, like some of these that we, you know, like I'll show you this one. We made this one in design with the Pros Club. See how it's kind of whimsical and fun. I love ones like that. But
the traditional,
a lot of,
hanger. There it is. Okay.
But traditional wreaths a lot of times will sell even better.
They really do.
Now,
you know,
have to find the right buyers for those.
I was fixing to say that, you know, there's more people that are going to want traditional than the cutie, you know, ones like that. That just, it's just the way it happens. But,
that's been our experience with it.
It has.
Definitely, I mean, the whimsical ones, they sell and they're fun, but if you want consistent buyers, the traditional ones at Christmas tend to do better. Same with fall. Like the traditional colored fall. Like, I love fun, whimsical, new color patterns, but the traditional color patterns,
they're always going to do the best.
Yeah, they're our biggest sellers.
And I guess it's just because more people do want just the traditional, what they know, you know.
And it's kind of nostalgic. And
yes, exactly.
Like
so, if you want to sell, if you're not currently selling but you wanted to figure out how to sell, or if you are selling but you want to learn how to get, you know, in front of people and that kind of thing, and you just need somebody to kind of come along beside you and give you a little nudge here and there about what you need to do, we can help you with that.
Yeah, and support, because we're there to support you.
That's exactly
and to really kind of fine-tune your listings if you're selling on Etsy, or you plan to sell on Etsy or your own website. You know, just kind of fine-tune those and make sure that you're on the right track, and how to attract buyers and market your products and all that. We're going to be going and deep diving into all of that in Wreath Business Breakthrough. And we start August 5th.
Yes.
And we're, like we said, we just got a couple more spots available. You know, when you start, it's a 4-week program. Now, we do the coaching calls live, but you don't have to be there live. You will have an opportunity to watch the replay.
Right.
But I think that if you can be there live, you will get so much out of it.
Yes.
Because we're going to do some hot seats for some people and really just dive into these businesses and help to transform your wreath business.
We want you to be successful. That's our goal.
Yeah. So, like we said, if you would like to join us, we have a couple spots open. Click the link in the comments below, and we would love to have you.
That's right. And now, again, this is not making wreaths. If you know, just want to learn how to make them, you can join our Design with the Pros Club. But this is actually for the business side.
This is not making wreaths. We'll not be making wreaths.
We're not going to be making them.
We'll be just deep dive going into how to sell your wreaths successfully.
Yes.
And aren't these pretty?
They really are.
Super easy. I'm telling you, I don't even think that you could get any easier. We just put the grasses straight in all the way
and then go through the middle. That's about it.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
So if you're looking for something super easy, kind of different, it's different, unique with the grass, this is the design.
This is it. That's right. I love this. This is something that I really do like. I like anything that looks a little different.
And we added the whimsical bow, but you could do a traditional fall. That would be pretty too. Or you could, like we said, no bow. Just fill in with grass.
Fill it up. That's right.
I have one more piece here. This is that weird piece though.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'm going to use it.
Yeah, I just didn't. Well, I think I did. I was thinking to say I didn't use all mine, but I think I did.
All right, let's see if we have any more questions.
Yes.
Here. Okay, last question is, how can I get more people to see my wreaths? And this is exactly what we are going to be going into in Wreath Business Breakthrough. We're going to be just going over that, learning about that. Mainly, you want to post regularly. You want to be consistent. Consistency is the key. Consistently post on social media daily.
Yes.
You know, show some behind the scenes things. Get people to know you. You're not just the product itself. Even if it's beautiful, it's going to be really hard to sell just the product.
It really is. You know, and that was hard for me to understand. You know, it really. You remember, I had a hard time with that.
Unless you're a well-known brand already, it's going to be really hard just to sell your product.
Yeah.
People buy from people that they know, like, and trust.
That's right.
And so your job, if you're selling your wreaths or if you're whatever you're selling, your job is to get people, your audience, your ideal customer to know, like, and trust you.
Yes.
And once they do that, they'll be much more eager to buy from you.
That's exactly
so
right.
consistently get in front of people. That would be my number one tip for that.
Yeah. But we've got a lot
Show
more.
up for your audience.
That's right.
Trust builds,
that bond.
Yeah,
and that
consistency
people,
builds trust, and that builds visibility, and that is when people are going to
That's right.
ultimately buy from you.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. But
So
this has
y'all
been
come
fun,
join
guys.
us.
We would love to have you join us.
Yes.
We are keeping it small, like we said, so we're only going to be accepting, it's just a couple more, I think.
Yeah.
So go ahead and click that link and join us if that is something that you're interested in. And if you don't have a business yet, that's okay. If you are thinking about turning your hobby into a business, this would be a great place to start.
It really would, because that way you're not going to, spend a lot of money doing a lot of things that aren't necessary.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to show you exactly what is necessary to do.
That is right. There you go.
So there we go.
These turned out
I think these are fun. They really are. They're different, but they are fun.
I think these will be really good for double doors.
I think they would be too.
I might have to use these.
Yep. So pretty. And so easy.
All right, guys. Well, we thank you so much for joining us today for Flower Friday. You can find all of our DIY tutorials on our blog at gracemonroehome.com. We have wreath tutorials, craft tutorials, recipes, all kinds of fun stuff to keep you busy for a while.
That's right.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, if you will, please click the subscribe button and click that little bell so you get notified when we release new videos.
Yes, and we hope you all have a blessed weekend.
Yep. And if you would like to join us in Wreath Business Breakthrough, we would love to have you.
Yes, click the link. That's right. And you'll find out all the information about it.
That's right. All right. Well, we will see you not next week because we'll be on vacation.
Yes.
But the week after.
That's right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.